Most people follow the same pattern. They go to a pet shop, they see a beautiful aquarium. They buy a tank, add water, gravel, and decorations. Then they buy the fish the same day. Within a week, fish start dying, water becomes cloudy, algae appears everywhere. And many beginners think fish keeping is too difficult. Welcome to the Cichlid Whisperer, the podcast dedicated to the art of fish keeping. Whether you are brand new to aquariums, thinking about starting your first fish tank, or looking to improve your fish knowledge, this show is designed to guide you step by step. We will talk about the following: aquarium equipment, tank setup, fish health, water chemistry, aquascaping, and the science behind fish thriving. Of course, I'm going to base my knowledge on African cichlids, but this knowledge bases on everything to do with community fish or freshwater keeping. Keeping fish is one of the most rewarding hobbies. It is building a living ecosystem inside your home. And when done properly, it becomes one of the most peaceful, rewarding, and fascinating hobbies to have. In today's episode, we are going to talk about something every fish keeper must get right, which is starting your aquarium the right way. The biggest mistake beginners make is rushing the process. Fish keeping rewards patience, and if you start correctly, you will save yourself money, frustration, and fish losses. Before we talk about starting an aquarium properly, we need to talk about why many beginners fail. Most people follow the same pattern. They go to a pet shop, they see a beautiful aquarium. They buy a tank, add water, gravel, and decorations. Then they buy the fish the same day. Within a week, fish start dying, water becomes cloudy, algae appears everywhere. And many beginners think fish keeping is too difficult. But the truth is, the problem was not the fish. The problem was the setup. Aquariums are biological systems. They rely on beneficial bacteria that process fish waste. Without these bacteria, the water becomes toxic. This is why patience is the number one rule of fish keeping. A successful aquarium is built in stages. And once the system stabilizes, it becomes surprisingly easy to maintain. One of the most beginner mistakes is choosing a tank that is too small. Many people assume smaller tank equals easier, but the reality is opposite. Smaller tanks are much more harder to maintain because water parameters change quickly and waste builds up much more faster. There are temperature fluctuations, so larger aquariums are actually more stable ecosystems. For beginners, I would recommend a minimum size of 100 liters, around 25 gallons. But if you really want to keep African cichlids, which is what this channel really focuses on, I would recommend 200 liters and above. Cichlids are territorial, they're active swimmers, and are heavy waste producers. A larger tank actually gives them space to maintain stable water parameters. For example, a 6-foot aquarium is excellent for African cichlids. This allows for you to keep larger groups and manage aggressions better. Think of your aquarium like a small lake inside your home. The larger the ecosystem, the easier it is to balance. Now let's talk about essential equipment every aquarium needs. There are 5 core pieces of equipment that every successful aquarium depends on. The filter. Your filter is the heart of your aquarium. It performs 3 critical jobs: mechanical filtering, which removes the debris from the water; biological filtration, houses beneficial bacteria; and the last, chemical filtration, which removes all the impurities in your watercolor. For African cichlid tanks, strong filtration is very important because they produce a lot of waste. In fact, I normally say there is no such thing as overfiltering. Good filtration keeps the water clear, oxygenated, and biologically stable. Many experienced fish keepers will even run 2 filters on 1 tank for extra stability. A heater. Most tropical fish require temperatures between 24 to 26 degrees. A heater keeps your aquarium temperature stable. Sudden temperature swings can stress the fish and weaken the immune systems. A good rule is 1 watt per liter of water. So for a 200-liter tank, 200-watt heater is ideal. Lighting. Lighting serves two main purposes: viewing your fish and supporting plant growth. That's if you have plants. For African cichlid tanks, lighting is mostly for aesthetics. It helps to bring out the beautiful colors in the fish. Substrate. This is the material at the bottom of your aquarium. Common options include sand, gravel, or crushed coral. For African cichlids, sand is often preferred, mainly because the species naturally sand sifts in the wild, which means they will move around the sand within your tank. Water conditioner. Tap water contains chlorine and chloramine. These chemicals are safe for humans but toxic for fish. Water conditioner neutralizes these chemicals and makes tap water safe for aquariums. Aquascaping is the art of designing the layout inside your aquarium. For African cichlids, aquascaping is not just decoration. It helps reduce aggression and creates territories. Key elements include rocks. Cichlids naturally live in rocky environments. Rocks create hiding spots, territorial boundaries, visual barriers. These barriers help reduce fighting between the fish. While rocks are really important, you must also leave some open swimming space. Fish need the room to move freely. Always make sure rocks are stable. Cichlids love to dig, and unstable rocks can collapse. Many aquarists place rocks onto the tank base before adding sand to prevent any shifting. The nitrogen cycle. The nitrogen cycle is what keeps your fish alive in the aquarium. Fish produce a lot of waste. This waste then creates ammonia. Ammonia is extremely toxic to your fish. But in a healthy aquarium, beneficial bacteria convert the ammonia into a less harmful substance. The process happens in 3 stages. Let's look at them. Stage 1, ammonia. Fish waste and leftover food produce ammonia. Ammonia can burn the fish gills and can quickly become deadly. Stage 2, nitrite. Beneficial bacteria will convert the ammonia into nitrite. Nitrite is also toxic to the fish, but ammonia is even worse. Stage 3, nitrates. Another type of bacteria converts nitrite into nitrates, much more less harmful, and can be removed through water changes. This entire process is called cycling the aquarium. Cycling allows beneficial bacteria to grow inside your filter. Without these bacteria, fish cannot survive long term. Cycling a tank usually takes 4 to 6 weeks. Here is the basic process. Step 1, set up the tank fully with water, filter, heater, and the substrate. Step 2, add a source of ammonia. This can come from either fish food, bottled ammonia, or bacteria starter products. There are so many out there in the market. Step 3, test your water regularly. You will observe the following: ammonia rising, then falling, nitrite rising, then falling, then nitrates appearing. And finally, step 4, perform a large water change to lower your nitrate levels. Now the aquarium is ready for your fish. Once your tank is cycled, it's time for the exciting part, adding your fish. But do it slowly. Never add too many fish at once. Your bacteria colony must grow with the fish population. Introduce your fish gradually so the ecosystem can adjust. For African cichlids, stocking strategies matter because they can be territorial. We will cover this in future episodes. Today we covered the foundation of successful fish keeping. We talked about choosing the right tank, essential equipment, aquascaping, the nitrogen cycle, cycling your aquarium, adding your fish. If you remember only one thing from this episode, remember this: patience creates healthy aquariums. Take your time. Build the ecosystem properly, and your fish will thrive. Well, thank you for listening to the Cichlid Whisperer, the art of fish keeping. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you follow the podcast so you never miss an episode. If you are watching on YouTube, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to other fellow fish keepers. In the next episode, we will talk about African cichlids for beginners, choosing the right species. Until next time, keep learning and keep mastering the art of fish keeping.